Hey y'all, welcome back to A Dash of Gratitude. My name is Beth. I'm a little under the weather, so excuse my voice. I'm feeling much better than I was a few days ago, but I'm grateful for that, but I'm not quite 100% myself yet, so I'll be looking forward to that day. Anyway, today is actually Mother's Day as I'm videoing this, and I have some tomatoes that I've got to get planted in my garden. If you don't know, I've got a container garden. Our house sits on a really nice lot, but it's got too much shade to actually plant a garden, so I have a container garden on my driveway. And it works. It's not what I really want, but it works for now and it's fine. I was gifted some tomatoes a few days ago from a friend of mine who lives up the street. And the fun thing about these tomatoes is they're all heirloom tomatoes. She started them from seeds, and she had them nicely organized, and they're a really great variety and fun heirloom tomatoes. Well, they got a little bit mixed up somehow. So she doesn't know which ones are which. So when I plant them, I'm not gonna know what's gonna be coming up, but that'll be kind of a really fun surprise. It's a little bit more tomatoes than I anticipated planting this year, but I am totally fine to change my game plan and just have a bunch of tomatoes this year. So let's go out and get them planted. I've got to do a little bit of preparation in my containers, and then I can just plant them and watch them grow. So let's go. Here is a shot of what I'm starting with. I do a lot of my gardening in 5-gallon food grade buckets. So here's what I've got so far. Along the back, the green one's empty. I'm probably gonna plant something in there today. And all those tall stalks, those are garlic. They're not quite ready to be harvested yet, but they're doing so great back there. In this brown rectangle, we have strawberries, and some of them are actually growing in here. And I think that it's fair to say that I'm not a professional gardener. I'm very much a hobby gardener. And I don't really know what I'm doing, but I just like to try things and see what happens. All right, most of these are empty, so I've got to clear out some of the little weeds. And this one here has some straggling little tiny kale that never grew. So, I'm just gonna clear out I'm gonna clear out what needs cleared and get to planting. Over here in this container, we have carrots, and I've never grown carrots before. I don't know when they're ready to be picked. I have no idea. We're just gonna let them keep going for a little while. I've got carrots over here too that I know need to be thinned. Maybe I'll do that today. And then up here, I've got oregano and rosemary in this little pot. I need to clean out the leaves. I've got more oregano here and a couple variations of thyme that don't look so great, but anyway, so let me do some work here and I'll bring you back when we're ready to plant the tomatoes. All right, it's been about 10 minutes and let me show you what I've got so far. I roughly cleared out some of the dead leaves from the strawberry patch. There were a few large weeds back there, so I pulled them out of the garlic buckets. And then down here, I just kind of pulled out the weeds that were there, and then I'm wearing gloves, and I just kind of dug through the dirt a little bit, kind of turned it over a little bit with my hands. And the dirt looks really good. I actually saw some worms in there, some big fat earthworms, so I think the dirt is pretty good. I am gonna add some compost. I didn't do anything to these. And then, y'all, I don't know what to do about these carrots. One of them, let me show you. One actually pulled up when I was pulling the weeds, and look at it. They are they're like a small variety of carrot. I don't remember exactly. Why isn't it focusing? There we go. But look at it. It's so short and cute. So anyway, I don't know what to do about them. It's the first time I've grown carrots, so I don't know. And here are the little baby tomatoes that we've got. I think there's one pepper in there as well. And my friend Dawn, who I got these from, said that there are some of them have a couple tomatoes in each little thing together. So I'm gonna plant them together. I'm gonna plant them deep. Yeah, let's go. Also, just being out here for a few minutes, it's so hot. And I'm also really grateful for this gardening hat. I found it at Aldi, if you missed my Aldi haul, and it's so great. I love how it's floral and green, and it really is helping the shade, but man, the heat still is hot. I don't know what the temp is here today, but it is hot. Okay, I'm back again, and I'm sorry I didn't film the actual process, but it's just so hot and I'm not feeling awesome, so I just was doing this as quick as I could. But I've got the one pepper plant back here in the back of the carrots, and then I've got all these tomatoes. I think this one right here, there might be a pepper in there as well, along with those tomatoes. But all the little baby tomato starts, I need to get them watered in nicely. And then down here in this bucket, I did fill it with soil, and I added some cucumber seeds because last year was the first year I ever grew cucumbers, and they did really well. So I'm gonna see what they do this year. And that's what I've got so far for my garden. Whole bunch of tomatoes, y'all. Also, I have this pot down here that I need to put some dirt in, and I think I'm gonna do just flowers in that one, because I do love to have flowers in the garden to attract those bees and butterflies. And that's what we've got today. Let me see if I can show you something else. Where we live really close to a couple of water sources. Okay, so I'm gonna hold my camera down close. And if you can see little bitty movement in the grass, I can see a couple here. Hold on, let me find a better spot. Okay, you might see a little bit of movement here. We have a couple water sources near our house, and this time of year, the frogs emerge, and they're tiny, super tiny little frogs. Let me see if I can get, there's one. They're so small. They're so tiny, and there are hundreds, if not thousands of them in the grass back here. But they're just so tiny, they're hard to even catch on the camera. You see that little guy? They're so small. So it was just a couple days ago, they emerged out, and we call that day Baby Frog Day. I hope they're coming across on the camera, because if not, this is pretty boring just looking at grass, but they're everywhere. Everywhere. And my kids just love them.
Open. He's so cute.
Here's an update on our berry patch, which is kind of wild. My mom and I got out here and did some weeding a few weeks ago, and it was looking real good. I need to come back out and hit the weeds back down again, but we've got blueberry bushes, and we've got lots of blueberries. They're not quite ripe yet. This bush has a couple that are ripe. Robbie and I had some, and they are delicious. So we got 4 blueberry pots out here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that tall guy back there, that's an elderberry. I got that start from a friend of mine who moved away. Over here we have a fig. I gotta figure out where to plant my fig tree, y'all. I just don't know. And then up front here we've got this pot that has blackberries. And as of right now, I'm keeping it potted because they do spread like crazy. And the vines are looking a little wild, but I kind of like it. And there's lots of berries on here. All the vines are just loaded with these beautiful berries. So that's exciting. All the way down. And then throughout the bed there are hostas that were planted here when we moved here, and they're just beautiful. They fill in nicely. And I noticed the other day that somebody's been out here having a snack. I don't know who. I'm imagining it's probably deer. Out here on the back side of the berry garden, we have these hydrangeas planted. They are starting to bloom so nicely. Look at this pale pastel color, pink and purple. It's so pretty. A little cream color in there. Got some really nice blue ones up around the corner. We can see these outside of our kitchen window where our kitchen table sits. And it's just so pretty to see them out here. They're the most beautiful blue color. And they're looking really pretty this year. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you want more information about the way that I garden, I've done several other videos, and I will add this video into my garden playlist. Feel free to head over to the channel and check it out. Thank you so much for adding a dash of gratitude to your day. I appreciate you being here. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.